Right, let's start. Good morning, Esteban.
Good morning,
Thank you very much. Today we are starting lesson 3.2. This is subtracting integer. If you remember last lesson, we did adding integers. Okay? We did adding integers.
Yes.
Right. Now today we are doing subtracting integers. What I want you to do, I want you to write down the title and I want you to write down the date and the learning objectives. What is the learning objectives? At the end of this lesson, everybody in this class should be able to do subtracting integers using different methods. What are those different methods? Algebraic ties, we'll have an example in a minute. Number lines, which we have already used, and also additive inverse. So this is something that we're going to practice today. So let's start. So first of all, what do I mean integers? I'm going to repeat this again. How many of you remember what is the integer? Go ahead.
An integer is a whole number, like negative numbers and positive numbers.
Excellent. Integers are all the whole numbers, including negative, including the zero. Who can tell me what is not integer? Go ahead.
Fractions and decimals.
Fractions and decimals do not include integers. So we learned already how to add and how to add integers. But how do we use to subtract integers? Again, it's good useful method to use the number line because that's the basic what we're going to use. As I already explained earlier, we can use the number line either vertically or horizontally. So we done horizontally last time. Horizontal is this way. That's why we use horizon. Horizon means where the sun and the, where the earth and the where the earth and the sky meet. That's why we call it horizon. Okay? Vertical means when we have a straight line like this. So yesterday we used horizontal line. Today let's use vertical line. So if we have a line like this, let's use our first example. And we use this is like say this is 0. And we have 1 here.
Negative one.
Negative 1. Here will be negative 1. Positive 1. 2. 3. 4. And so on. And on the other side, we'll have negative 1. Negative 2. Negative 3. Negative 4. And so on. And remember those lines can go forever. Right?
Okay.
Right. So the first example we're going to use is, let's just use 4 minus 5. Let's say 4 minus 5. How do we do this?
1.
4 minus 5. Is it 1? Yes, go ahead.
It's negative 1 because
It's negative 1. Because when we start, if you use the number line, we're starting from 4 here. That is where we are. And we are minusing it. If we are minusing it, we have to move towards the
Negative.
negative. You with me?
Yes.
If we are plusing, we have to move towards the positive. We are minusing, so we have to move towards the negative. So start from here and go 5. That will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our answer will be
Negative one.
negative 1.
Easy.
That's very easy, right?
Yes.
So this is something that we need to learn how to do it. So let's just do another practice. If I give you now 3
Yes.
minus
8.
8,
Okay.
what will the answer to this be? Go ahead.
negative 5.
Negative 5. So that will be negative
Five.
5. So remember,
Messed up.
oh here we forget the negative, right?
Yes.
So here, what we remember is when we take away two numbers, if the bigger number is carrying the negative, the answer becomes negative. We done that yesterday, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's use another example.
Sunday?
Now, not yesterday, I mean last lesson. I think it was Thursday, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what about if we have 7 minus minus
Negative
4. Who can think of the answer here? What will it be? Yes, go ahead.
Positive 3.
Positive 3. Do you think he's right?
No.
No.
Why do you think he's wrong?
Because
Uh-huh.
it's negative 3.
It's negative 3? Okay, let me give you a... Yes, Ali.
Because negative inverts everything, so if we subtract with negative, it
Uh-huh.
adds. And if we add with negative, it subtracts.
Okay.
And so here we would say so we would
So the answer to this will be?
is,
How much?
3.
It will be 11. Ali's right. Well done. How will that be 11? That's really good. Yes, Ali.
It becomes 11 because
Yes.
the 4, if we make it positive,
Uh-huh.
then the minus it has to become a plus.
Plus.
So 7 plus 4.
Right. So this is one information that you need to learn. If we have two negatives next to each other, doesn't matter if there's a brackets between them. Every time you see a negative together or next to each other, what happens is they become what?
Positive.
They become plus. So the first thing you need to do is you need to replace these two negatives to plus. So that becomes 7 plus 4, which will give you 11, sir?
Yes.
So this is what we have. So this is number 1, number 2, number 3.
Mr.
Yes.
In question number 3, is the 7 negative or positive?
No, this one. So if you see a number without any sign next to it, that's always positive.
Okay.
We only write down if it's negative. Yes?
Yes.
If it's positive, we don't have to write down. But you already have to remember that is what it is. Okay? So the number will be positive if there is nothing in there. We understand that should be automatically positive. Right. So let's use another example before we ask any more questions.
Can I write this?
Yes, please write down. So let's just do this one now. What about if we have now, this is example 4. If I now give you negative 9, now remember we have a negative 9, and then we have negative and negative 3. Okay? So there's two negatives next to each other now. What will the answer to this be?
12.
Go ahead. That will be 12. What do you
Negative
think?
12.
Negative 12. What do you think, Ali?
Negative 6.
Negative 6. So let's remember. What did I say if two negatives are next to each other?
Sir, I want to see.
They change it to
No.
positive, right? So let's just change that one first. So here we have negative 9 plus 3. Are you with me?
Yes.
Now we have to deal with only two numbers. We have negative 9 and plus 3. And remember what we say? We still have to take away, but if the bigger number is carrying the negative, the answer will carry the negative, right? So here, as Ali said, the answer will be negative what?
6.
6. Do you guys understand that?
Yes.
Great. So let's write down that. Okay, so I want you to work this one out. This is number 4, number 5. This is for you to do it. Now, can you do negative 24? And then we have negative and negative 17. Let's work this out. I'm going to give you a minute to work this out. Okay, who done it?
Wait. Myself.
So we have negative 24, negative and negative 17. Always do what I did, okay? You can do the number line if you want to, but remember you cannot always use the number line.
Sir, I've done
The
it.
reason is because if the number is long, then you have to draw a longer line. But it's better to memorize the system. Yes, go ahead.
Why do we add
I don't
these
see
around the numbers?
This one?
No, these like 17.
He means
17.
He means the parentheses.
The parentheses. The parentheses are telling us because this number is separate from this, so these have to be equal to this. Remember, the parentheses indicate multiplication.
If there's no
So-
parentheses, just be minus minus.
Yes, so minus times minus gives you plus. So remember this. I'm going to write down the rules of multiplication. So what we have is parentheses is to multiply. So this will give us negative 24. Negative times negative will give you plus or positive, and then 17. So this is what you will have.
Negative 9 minus negative 3 equals
Yes, so the answer to this will be,
6.
so, no. Negative 24, negative 17 will give us what? It will give us negative 7. Because the bigger number have got the negative. You understand? Okay, so now let me just quickly go through the rules of multiplication. The rules of multiplication, what are the rules? So the rules are, if you have a negative times negative, what will you get? Yes,
Positive.
you will get positive. What about if you get a positive times positive?
You get a negative?
You will get negative. You will get
Negative.
negative, yes?
Yes.
I beg your pardon. Negative times negative will be
Positive.
positive. Yeah? And negative times positive will give you negative. Are you with me?
Yes.
Yes? Sorry, I didn't make a mistake there. So negative and positive will give you positive and positive, negative and negative will give you positive. Negative and positive will give you negative.
Negative.
Yes.
What does positive and positive mean?
Okay, good. Positive and positive. Now, let me just write down, let me just say 2 pluses
Positive to the power of
will give you 2 the same. If they are the same, they will both give you plus. But if they are different, like for example, negative times positive,
It gives
that
you
will
negative.
give you negative.
Okay.
Or if you have positive times negative, that will also give you negative. So how to remember it? If they are different,
It gives you positive.
yeah, if they are different, they give you positive.
If they're the same, they
If
give
they
you
are the same, they give you negative. So here we have the same, negative and negative. Yes? So we have negative and negative, but so this one is different. So if they are different, they give you negative. If they are different, they give you negative. If they are the same, they give you positive.
Mr. I write the
Does that make sense?
I write the rows.
Yeah, so write down those rules because it will help you to solve if I give you numbers to sort it out. Are you with me?
Yes.
Right. So when you write down that, then we're gonna write down a couple of for examples, and then I will give you some last one.
Okay.
Right. So exercise.
Can you please move up?
Okay, let me just write down this exercise, and then I will give you a chance to work out this. Okay. So question 1, I want you to try this. If you have negative 8 and then negative 2, what would that be? Question number 2, if you have negative 6, negative 9, what would that be? Question 3, and then we have, if you have 17
So how many
minus,
questions?
minus say 1, what would that be? Okay? And then we have 4. If we have now
What's your question?
negative
Mister, I don't
4,
see.
negative,
Mister,
negative
Like so like.
9, what would that be?
What's your question?
Yes.
The rules of multiplication also apply to plus and minus?
Yes, the rules of multiplication only apply when there's a bracket. This and this gives you this.
Mister, I
So
don't see.
remember,
Oh, okay. So,
the rules only apply if there is a bracket.
oh, so
The rules of multiplication is when we have brackets. or parentheses. That's when we use it. Go ahead.
I have a question. Let's say there's two negatives.
Right.
They have to become a positive, right?
Yes. If you have, I already said to you, if they have two negatives, then they become positive. So this becomes positive here.
But what happens if they're not next to each other?
Okay. So if they are not next to each other, then they finish the whole thing. Okay. So let's work this out. What will this be? Yes, go ahead.
-6.
So first of all, we have -8. This will become +2. So that will be -6.
6.
You're right. Well done. Someone else? What will this be? Yes.
3.
No. Negative and negative. You add it, and the answer will carry negative.
15.
-15. -15. Are you with me, guys? So if both of them are negative, we add them, and they carry the negative with them.
Yes.
How about this one?
18.
Just 18 because this will become plus. So
18.
here
Easy.
we have 18. And the last one here,
This will be 11. No,
so this one will be -4
-4
plus 9. So this will just be, this is same as 9 minus 4, which will just be 5. Are you with me?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
-5 is negative.
No, not negative, because the small one after the negative. It will only become negative if the bigger number after the negative. Are you with me?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Can I turn this off so we can do another example?
No, it's not right.
Write down that first.
I know.
Okay. So let's start the next one. I'm gonna wipe this off, and then we're gonna do one more here.
Okay.
Okay. Now we can use subtracting. Expression. Okay, so the question we ask here is to evaluate. Evaluate the expression. So how do we say? We say, like, for example, A is equal -5 and B is equal, so let's just use this as an example here, and B is equal 4. Okay? So these will be given the value A and B, and then the first question will be, can you work it out? A, this is question 1. A minus B. What would that be? A minus B. What will it be? So what you have to do is you need to replace the A with -5. And then you have to bring the minus here. And then B will be how much?
4.
4. Are you with me, guys? You are replacing the number. With the instead of the letter, you put in the number. So this will give you -5 minus 4 will give you what? -9. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, let's use another example. So now if you have, what about if you have, okay, so that's example 1. If you now have A minus B. How do we work this out? How do we work this out? How do we work this out? Okay, yes, go ahead. Yes, so we replace the A again with -5, and then we have to write our minus. And remember, instead of B, we have to replace. Remember, we already have minus, and the B will be 4. Now when we work this out, we have to make this plus, so this will be minus 5
Plus 4.
plus 4, which will give us what?
Which will give us
Minus 12. Okay, any questions, boys? No. Okay, so I want everybody to just please practice. I'm going to give you this worksheet. Those of you who are at home, either miss the lesson or you can find this worksheet in the schooling on the material. Right? So please work it out and practice this. And just to remind everyone, this will be in the test coming up on Tuesday. So 3.2, 3.1, sorry, the quiz, I beg your pardon. Okay? So please practice it and do it. And any more questions before we move on? Any questions? Good, thank you very much. Can you all say subscribe?
Like and subscribe.
Thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much. Share, subscribe, and comment, please. Thank you.